Digital systems have A. 1 state, B. 2 states, C. 3 states, D. 4 states. The correct answer is 2 states. Digital systems are called A. binary systems, B. logic systems, C. numbering systems, D. ADC systems. The correct answer is logic systems. 1-4 as a binary number would be A. 0.01, B. 0.11, C. 0.10, D. 0.00. The correct answer is 0.01. The invalid range for an input to TTL logic is from A. 0 to 0.8 V, B. 1.2 to 1.6 V, C. 0.8 to 2.0 V, D. 2.0 to 5.0 V. The correct answer is 0.8 to 2.0 V. In a typical digital system, logic 0 is 0V 0.8 V and logic 1 is A. 2.5 V, B. 2.55 V, C. 3.05.5 V, D. 3.55.5 V. The correct answer is 2.5 V. Once a signal is digitized, the information it contains does not as it is processed. A. Complain, B. stiffen, C. compress, D. deteriorate. The correct answer is deteriorate. The rise time of a pulse is normally measured between the A. 0 and 100 level, B. 10 and 90 level, C. 30 and 70 level, D. 50 level on the leading edge to the 50 level on the trailing edge. The correct answer is 10 and 90 level. A logic circuit that can store one bit of information is A. flip-flop, B. counter, C. gate, D. code converter. The correct answer is flip-flop. The horizontal axis of an oscilloscope is normally calibrated in units of A. voltage, B. current, C. time, D. frequency. The correct answer is time. The digit that changes most often when counting is called the A. LSB, B. LLbean, C. lead, D. LCD. The correct answer is LSB. Memory devices that use electronic latching circuits are called A. RAM, B. flip-flops, C. magnetic tape, D. DRAM. The correct answer is flip-flops. A microprocessor that performs only specific dedicated tasks is also called A. microcontroller, B. calculator, C. laptop microcomputer, D. workstation processor. The correct answer is microcontroller. The decimal system is composed of symbols A2, B8, C10, D16. The correct answer is 10. The manner in which a digital circuit responds to an input is the circuit's A. logic, B. wiring, C. inputs, D. outputs. The correct answer is logic. An is not a functional unit of a computer. A. input unit, B. memory unit, C. modem, D. control unit. The correct answer is modem. The duty cycle of a square wave is A. 10, B. 25, C. 50, D. 100. The correct answer is 50. If a high logic level is assigned a binary 00 and a low level is assigned a binary 11, the logic is called A. negative logic, B. positive logic, C. invalid logic, D. assertion level logic. The correct answer is negative logic. A binary number can be converted to be viewed on a 7-segment display by an A. decoder, B. encoder, C. multiplexer, D. magnitude comparator. The correct answer is Decoder. The CPU contains all the circuitry for A. Storing data. B. Keeping track of time. C. Fetching and interpreting instructions. D. Internet operations. The correct answer is fetching and interpreting instructions. Demultiplexing is a logic function that A. determines which of several inputs is the greatest. B. switches logic from one input to any of several output lines. C. switches logic from several inputs onto one output line. D. converts a code from one form to another. The correct answer is switches logic from one input to any of several output lines. In the quantities are not represented by continuously variable indicators. A. Analog representation. B. Digital representation. C. Signal representation. D. Computer representation. The correct answer is digital representation. A continually variable proportional indicator is an representation. A. Decimal. B. Digital. C. Unconstitutional. D. Analog. The correct answer is analog. The control and arithmetic logic units are often considered as one unit called the A. Central processing unit. B. Inputs and outputs. C. Microcomputer. D. Arithmetic logic unit. The correct answer is central processing unit. A microcontroller would not be used in an A. VCR. B. Automobile ignition system. C. Anti-lock brakes. D. Grandfather clock. The correct answer is grandfather clock. Is the highest value 7-bit binary number? A. 128. B. 127. C. 126. D. 125. The correct answer is 127. The set of instructions for a computer is called an A. program. B. input. C. output. D. control unit. The correct answer is program. The controls on an oscilloscope that will help obtain a stable display are in the A. vertical section. B. horizontal section. C. trigger section. D. display section. The correct answer is trigger section. To determine which of two binary numbers is larger, you could use an A. register. B. adder. C. encoder. D. magnitude comparator. The correct answer is magnitude comparator. In transmission, a single conductor is used. A. digital. B. automatic. C. serial. D. binary. The correct answer is serial. Other are often used to interpret or represent binary quantities for the convenience of the people who work with and use these digital systems. A. analog systems. B. digital systems. C. number systems. D. binary systems. The correct answer is number systems. In a positive logic system, the high level is usually represented by A. 0V. B. 1V. C. 5V. D. 9V. The correct answer is 5V. A set of instructions for a computer is called an A. instruction manual. B. logic unit. C. program. D. diagram. The correct answer is program.